Hey everyone, I'm Corey. I go by CoreyJA on the internet. You can find my site and blog at CoreyJA.com. And today we are going to work on Status, which is my uptime monitoring status app. We worked on that a few weeks back, and then I took last weekend off. And so a few weeks back we were trying to integrate it with Leptos, which is described itself as a cutting-edge Rust framework for the modern web. So Leptos focuses mostly on the front end, but it has some server functions we'll see, which will tie into the back end. And that's actually what we're going to work on today, is trying to get the server function sorted out. So Status is an app that started as just an Axum app, and Axum is a Rust web server. Web application framework, they say. But it's a server-side stuff, right? No front end. And then I realized we're going to need some JavaScript. So actually, if we pull up the deployed status, you can see right before we decided to try out Leptos, we worked on giving it some styles with some Tailwind components. And this nice sidebar looks really nice on desktop. But if we go into mobile, and let's make this smaller so we can see what's going on here. If we go into mobile, it's over everything, and we're supposed to be able to collapse it, but we don't have JavaScript right now on the deployed site, so it doesn't collapse. So we needed some kind of JavaScript, and we're having fun making this a full Rust app, so we decided we wanted to keep doing that, and we're going to do some Leptos. Or that's why we started doing Leptos. So if we head over to the local site, here is that, and here's what it looks like. You see we got the sidebar added in nicely. And the home page isn't quite right yet, but we will work on that today. And what we're first working on is trying to get server data. So we're using server functions in Leptos to basically endpoints on our server, but it's nicely tied right to our components. But what we're actually probably going to take a look at first is why I'm getting some errors. When I load up the project, and I don't remember this happening when we left off a few weeks ago, but it was 2 weeks ago. So we're getting a WASM error, an error in JavaScript from our WASM. I know it's in WASM because it tells me that over here. And we called result unwrap on an error value not present. But that's just showing me the error, so that's not really where I want to go. Could look at this one, but that just makes the error. Basically, I'm not actually sure if this is in my code or in Leptos code. And if I just click these WASM things, it just jumps me to the human readable WASM, but not super duper readable. Rust WASM source maps. Well, let's just go right to Leptos then. Well, that's about it, but I don't know if that is gonna talk to us about what I just was asking about, which is source maps. Yeah, I don't think that, because if it was, I probably would have just been getting it for free already, though we're gonna keep that open because it mentions server functions in it, and we want to do those today. That's the goal. No, okay. I didn't want you to bundle together. Separate all tabs. You just go up in this section. Yeah, I didn't want you. There we go. Perfect. The sorting was being silly there. Okay. So back to my local. I don't know what this is. We're panicking. Okay, well, first of all, it's panicking at a unwrap. Okay. Well, that's less helpful. I was hoping this unreachable, I think, it happens. I'm assuming it happens because of the other one. So I'm not going to look into that one too much at the moment. Yeah, okay, so that's one thing that I haven't run into yet. The stack traces in WASM Rust are a little hard to deal with. I think part of it is because they're normally, I'm in standard panicking stuff and panic hook things here. So I just don't see what I think would be my code anyways. Oh wait, I didn't see this. App 16.js. Oops. App 16. Oh, it doesn't have a font awesome kit ID. That should be easy to fix. I must have just added that a little late in when I was working on things yesterday. I think, wait, no, the kid ID. That's probably not a secret because it's gonna be something that I send over the wire. Wait, how is this loading a kit? Because before I started streaming, one of the things I noticed is that it was loading something from Font Awesome. Okay, so does this have a default? And if so, why am I panicking? No, no default. Well, that's weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just go grab the right kit ID. I think I have a kit ID for this. Log in? Yeah. One password. Log in. My kits. Status. This is the one we want. Kit ID, this. Okay, echo. What is it? Font awesome kit ID equals that number. Right thing. Go to my mvrc file. Nvarc. Now don't open this file, but yeah, nvarc. I'm trying to avoid going into secrets mode. During allow. Told me an error message. There we go. Cargo, Leptos, watch. That looks better. Oh, the front end is... No, I already had this environment variable on the back end. The front end also needs to know the environment variable and is failing. Okay. I think what I want to do there is change env to... I think I want to use the macro. It's not a macro, but there's a function. There is a Rust build time and var. There's a macro for it. I just have to find what it's called. Oh, env bang. Oops. Okay. Environment variable not defined at compile time. Well, it is. I think you're just wrong. Oh yeah, we don't have to unwrap it because we're going to fail compiling if we don't have it. Expected string found that. Okay. To owned. So I have this problem where sometimes durenv registers these environment variables so that Rust Analyzer picks them up, but now I've been having problems recently where that doesn't happen, or maybe it only happens on some of my computers and not all of them. Either way, it's pretty frustrating. That needs to be a period or else nothing is going to work. There we go. Okay, and now it might realize that it has the environment variable. Oh, no, see? Not defined. But, like, it is. I'm using you from the same directory here, and everything's fine. So it's a bit frustrating. Okay, though. And that makes sense because I need the thing that I need to keep remembering with Leptos is that everything is isomorphic, which is a fun word, but really what I'm saying is that it runs on both the server and the client. All of my code, or a version of all of my code, runs on both the server and the client. And that, I just need to remember that, right? Because I can't check for environment variables that are only going to exist on the server. I need to bundle them with the binary, if that's the route I'm going to take. Okay, but now we don't have any console errors, right? Yeah, we have some IDs, but that's... We'll see if I care about that. Cool. And now this app should... Yay, I can click on things. And that's all that is happening in Leptos right now. We just got some shells laid out. And I think what I wanted to do was do some server functions. So let's go see where I think the best place to fetch some server data is here. So do I want to put something on the home page, or do I want to put something in, or do I want to like make the sidebars dynamic? Let's make the sidebars dynamic. I think that will be fun. Oh, is that the mobile one? Yeah, that's so good. We have some, the whole mobile one needs to be redone with these items in it. think I've only got the desktop working, but we can do that. And desktop right now probably just has these ones even hard-coded. So like, where's status? Is that a hard-coded thing? No, that's the name of the thing. Yeah, okay. So like here is going to status. No, that's the status up here. That's the name of the app. Okay, I should look for, oh, the only other site I'm doing is QueryJA, which also is probably going to appear here in a few more places. Okay, your sites. But yeah, here, QueryJA and status are just hard-coded. And they go to hard-coded IDs. Okay, so I just copied this from the HTML from my site, which like made sense to get going faster. But I need to change that. Okay, so this sidebar component is going to need to fetch my list of sites. So I think that's a perfect thing to do as our first server component. So let's go to the docs here. Server, it's a server function, I think, not a server component. Here we go. This declares a function as a server function. This means that its body will only run on the server, i.e. When we have the server-side rendering feature. If you call the server function from the client, when client-side rendering or hydrate features are enabled, it will instead make a network request to the server. So in server-side rendering places, it'll just do the thing, but on the client, it'll make an API request and return, which is going to be pretty fun. Okay, so that's also the isomorphic, right? We can use this function on both the client and the server. It's just that on the client, it has to do a network call, and on the server, it doesn't. But with the same function, same return type, and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. So let's just add a simple one, which none of these really are. We're going to start with just pub async function, a public async function, and we're going to call it get my sites. Cool. And it's going to return, what is it going to return? It's going to return a vec of site. Do I have a site? Is that a thing? Or is Copilot's just making this up? Yeah. But this is just going to be like a sidebar site. We'll make a struct for it. It's just a simple one. Let's put some derives on it though while we're here. It derives debug, clone, serialize, deserialize. Cool. And then get my sites returns a vec of those and is a server function, which we just annotate with server. And then server functions should return results and not just a thing. So we want to turn a result. And then I think it gives us a server function error that we can just get and use. Perfect. And so this error has all kinds of things that could happen. Either we have a wrapped error here, or like the registration happens, the request, response, server error, deserialization, serialization, arguments, missing args. So we could like handle all of those on the client or something if we wanted. So I love result types. They're great. Okay. Oh, now we just need to return an okay of this empty vec. Okay. Perfect. Oh, this needs to be public as well. We were getting some warnings saying that something private was in the public type signatures here. What's that error? Oh, can't leak private types. Oh, is that the error that I used to have and then I fixed? Yep. Love it. Okay, so get my sites now should be a function that I can call in my component. But I've actually been playing around with Leptos for my blog as well recently, so I've learned a little bit more. And I think we want to use something in the middle. So I'm a really big fan of React Query in the front end. And there's a Leptos Query. Or I think I said in the front end, but I mean in the React land. And there's a Leptos Query, which is heavily inspired by TanStack Query. I call it React Query because it's the import, but it's by the TanStack people. And so I think we're going to use Leptos Query to be like a cache for our state and stuff like that. And it just makes sense with how I like thinking about front-end state. So we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and add it. We got to add the right feature flags to our stuff. So when we do hydrate in our stuff, we will do hydrate in the crate. Hydrate gets an extra thing. And so does server side. And server side already has a bunch of other stuff from just being on the server. Cool. And then if you're using server side rendering, you might have to do, yep, I do need to do this, or I ran into this on my other app, so I think I do. I have a generate route list from Leptos Axum. And to run this nicely, I need to suppress query loading and then unsuppress query loading. Disable query loading to work around Leptos Query weirdness. I don't think it's like a bug. It's like a documented thing, so we don't want to call it a bug, but like it's definitely unfortunate. So let's fix that. Nice. Okay. So we got that loaded, and then the idea here is that, oh, well, now actually that's the last thing I wanted to do. In app, we want to actually like register our query client. And import, actually, let's qualify it. I like it saying Leptos Query right here. Cool, so now we have query client, and we can use it in our components. So I can do something like a use query directly in my components. They have you break out functions, which I might do. I don't always break them out, and sometimes I think it's nice just to write the query in your function. So let's play with that for the moment, I think, and see how it feels. Okay, where did I just write the start of the things I was just looking at? Sidebar. There we go. Okay. So inside the server function, I'm allowed to do things like use SQLX, which I guess is maybe where I'll start. Let's actually, no, let's get the query like wired working, and then I'll work on making it right. So let's add, oh, nope. I actually don't know what the best return here. How do you, let me show you actually using it. You do a query result. Yeah, that makes sense. We decompose a query result equals use query. Yep. Use query. And then this one is just get my site, so it doesn't take any arguments. So we'll do a empty tuple as our first arguments. And then this is the fetch function. So it's get my sites function, sites. And then query options. Let's just do default. Expected 0 arguments, found 3. Use query. Where are you coming from? Yeah, that's the wrong use query. So let's just do Leptos Query use query, just like the demo says. That needs one of those. This can be imported. Get my sites function is expected to take 1 argument, but it takes 0. Yes, I need to have it take an empty tuple. But like I don't need args, so let's underscore it. Expected a function. Oh yeah, I need to have a function that returns my args, which is just an empty tuple. Okay, so now I have my data. We're gonna call this sites. Perfect. Oh, hey, little Dusker. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I am coding in Rust right now. We're doing a front end or a full stack web app in Rust, and we're currently using Leptos for the framework. So Leptos is more of a front endy, but it does do some full stack. We're doing server functions with it right now. So a full stack web framework that I am trying out. So Leptos is a bit new to me. But I needed some more like actual JavaScript type, front end interactive logic for what I'm working on instead of just HTML and CSS. And I didn't want to write JavaScript because I'm having fun with Rust. So Yeah, that's about where we're at. Okay, so now I, in theory, have my sites on the front end. And so I somewhere down here, long list, your teams, your sites. There we go. Little Dusker, I'm doing good. That sounds really cool, but also confusing. Oh yeah, I've been doing web stuff for a while, so not, it feels right at home to me, but I understand that for sure. Hopefully if you hang out, it won't be super confusing for you. So this is just the HTML for my sidebar. Let's show it. It's this, right? I just found where this section is in my big file because it's not very well structured. But here is like the heading, your sites, and each one of them listed. Right now, these are just listed manually. But what I want to do is switch to having them be actually like generated from the sites variable that I just pulled in from our server function. And I'm being pretty silly and don't think I know how to do a for loop in a component. Oh, so I'm just going to Google it. I just started computer programming and in learning C++ in my class. Oh, that's awesome. What are you doing in C++ right now? So there's a for component that I can use. Is that what I want? Function that returns the items we're iterating over a signal is fine. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for me. I like it. So for, and then each sites, yep. I don't think my for wants a fallback. That's not what I'm talking about here. And then I need an ID maybe, a key equals, gives me one site. Site.id, which doesn't exist, but that's okay. I will add it. And then children, what do I want to do for each one? A site, and then maybe a move. Yep. Oh wait, am I writing? Oh no, I was almost writing Ruby syntax because that is what I was doing at day job recently. Okay, let's add a view. The view is going to be this whole li. I see a response in Twitch chat. I will read it in 10 seconds. Let me just get some of this figured out here. At least make sure I'm matching all my brackets. I'm almost there. There we go, matching all my brackets. Now all I need is this ID field to exist. So Little Dusker, currently just learning loops at the moment, but I am personally trying to make a text adventure game to try and really cement the concepts in my head. Ooh, that's fun. I like making something that like interests you to learn. So a text adventure game sounds like a lot of fun. How are you like, have you started that project, or is it just in the brainstorming phase at the moment? And just learning loops at the moment in school. That's fun. How do you feel? Well, you're just learning it, but how have you felt learning C++ as a first language? I never learned C++ in school. I did a little bit of C eventually, but never much. So just curious how it's been. I need to add the ID field. That's what I'm working on. Wait, and a site? Oh, site's a result right now. Wait a second. Oh yeah, this thing needs some unwrapping. Oh yeah, that's fair, because I might actually want to do something else when we don't have the data. So wonder what the best way to do that is. Leptos option. Ooh, what's a Leptos option? It's not what I'm looking for. Sure, let's go read this thing. What do you have anything about options here? No, I know things are optional. That makes sense. Kind of felt like I rendered an option one time and it just like worked decently for me, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I just want to say like if let some sites equal sites, then do the view for. Okay, maybe that's what I need to do. Mismatched types expected struct signal. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Because I think if this is gonna work, I might need it to be a closure that returns all of that. Mismatched type. Yeah, but then I need to get that. Yeah. Else, gotta not be the best way to do this, because I don't love having this just empty view block that I need. Expected view found unit. Expected a standard function closure, but found a result. Oh no. Also, this thing got really messed up formatting inside. Expected view found unit. Oh yeah, so like, do I need to just have something in here, or else that is gonna be mad at me? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay, let me get to chat then. It's pretty fun. I thought I would hate it, but figuring out a solution to some messed up code made me feel amazing. Yeah, isn't it? It's a good feeling when you get it solved. When you're in the middle, it's definitely a lot less fun, that's for sure. But it's definitely fun to get to the answer. Man, this auto formatting like killed what was going on here. And I think that is definitely part of the problem of why nothing's working anymore. I don't think it's the only problem, but it's definitely not helping. Hey, thank you for the follow, little Dusker. Hope you enjoy hanging out. Okay, it did it again, so I'm gonna stop messing with it for a moment, because it formatted it the same way again. Because I think I'm just doing something pretty wrong, and I need to figure out what it is. Okay, let's just go back to the beginning. Leptos, rendering. Let's just go to their docs. Start at the docs. Dynamic attributes, maybe? Oh, I forgot. I just get like 2 notifications. It just happens again after a minute or 2. Dynamic styles, yeah, that's attributes. Derived signals. Okay, let's keep going. Components and props. Iteration. For static views of a vec, for dynamic lists, you use for. Oh, so static views. Wait, but the list you're drawing from does not often change. You can insert any vec of views to collect any iterator into a view. I've seen that before. The fact that the list is static doesn't mean the interface needs to be static. You can render dynamic items as part of a static list. Yep. So when do you use for? Like when it can change and stuff, right? Which I guess is like what I want for that. So this is definitely what I want for actually rendering each children. But like, yeah, what about like more control flowy things? So if statements. If is odd. Okay, so I was pretty close though. But so option. Let's say you want some text if it's odd, otherwise nothing if it's even. This works fine. You can make it shorter though with the using Boolean then. Although personally sometimes like the better cargo format and Rust and support I get by pulling these out of the view. Yeah, that is fair. Okay. Like I have a whole thing here, so I guess the answer though to pull it out would be a component, right? I would do this in a component. Yeah, okay. Let's make a component for this. Then I don't have to deal with this whole thing anyways. Component public function sidebar site list. It has a vec of sites. Wow, that was pretty amazing if that is just the right answer. Expected standard function closure found vec of sidebar site. I don't actually know what that is trying to tell me at all. Okay, let's comment out some stuff at the bottom. Wait, yeah, this. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so now the only thing that's erroring is this new code up top, which makes sense. Is it erroring here too? Yeah. Following traits are not satisfied. Method can't be called due to unsatisfied trait bounds. Oh, well, that's probably part of my problem. I forgot. The site doesn't have an ID yet. Public ID string. Yeah. No, name and href. Yeah, that's actually what they're gonna want for sure. Was that the only problem? Nope. The method can't be called due to the key exists for structs, but its traits were not satisfied. Wonder what I'm supposed to pass this then. Iterating over more complex data. What am I supposed to use the for? Where's the for? Here's the for. Nope, that's this is where it shows the for. Is there an actual code snippet though? I'll just go to the docs for it then. Each a function that returns the items we're iterating over a signal is fine. I thought I had a signal. I thought my sites. Oh, this is definitely not a signal. No, that's not a signal. It probably needs to be a signal though. So it probably needs to be a signal of. Oops. A signal of a vec of sidebar state. Lifetime might not be long enough. Wow. Okay. Okay. So now I need a signal there. So I think I can do something like let sites equal sites dot, kind of like map it or something. I thought I could maybe map it. So okay. How do I work with signals? I guess I'm a little, need to get a little more familiar with Leptos before I can hop into doing things like I thought I could. Hee. Yes, I understand server functions. I don't have to register them anymore. Resources. So I'm using the query instead. But actually, maybe that's a good thing to start. Let me see how someone like does this here. So here I just, do it manually. And then the examples directory, is there anything exciting? I feel like I looked here and there wasn't much interactive to do. You can add some resources. Okay, so there's a little more examples here. Great resource. Here's a use query result where we get the data, and then when we use it, we just do it right in the view and do a get and everything. Okay, but I think I can do the get in anywhere in the component. I don't think it has to be in the view. I think I was just kind of being silly there for a second. So then I want to do like let. Yeah, I want to do let sites equals sites dot get. Well, actually, what is that type going to be? That type is a option of a result of a vec of sidebar. Yeah, and the vec is just because I'm returning a vec. Okay, so I still have an option because I might not have it. So I think I just want to match on it. It's just going to be the easiest way to do this. Match on it. Okay, so I could get a some sites or a none, but this isn't that yet. This is there's some okay sites, and then there's some error. And I'm just going to throw away the error right now. Okay, so now I have sites, which is just a vec. It's not a signal, but I think that's fine because I consumed the signal here. Panics if you try to access a signal that has been disposed. Okay, no, I think we're good there. So now we have to get back down. Oh, wait, no. No. Oh, yeah, because we're just going to pass this vec here, and it's not going to be a signal anymore. Yeah, so like I know width. What's the width method do? Width gets the value without cloning the string. Takes any kind of wrapped signal and then clones the string to get the length. Okay, so this takes a reference to a signal and calls width on it. Interesting. Okay, so I will want to make this efficient, but that's not my primary concern right now. So Leptos map a signal. Can I do that? Can I like take a signal and make a new signal? Wrapper for any kind of settable reactive signal. A write signal. Okay, so this one, you take a signal setter, set double the input. Okay, so a signal. Okay, so then I probably want a signal getter. Signal getter Leptos. Yeah, working with signals. That makes sense. Yep. How about like wrapping signals? Making signals depend on each other. Good options. B is a function of A. Create a signal for A and a derived signal or memo for B. Derived signal. Oh, you make it a signal by just making it a function. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a function that gets that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And that probably will work as a signal. Love it. Okay. So now if we go down here to where I have some commented out code. Yep. Now I can do a sidebar site list. Pass it sites. Expected a signal of a vec. Found a closure. Okay, so I thought that was gonna work. Do I need to like actually call create signal? On when you or memo, see the docs for create memo. Creates an efficient derived reactive value based on other reactive values. Unlike a derived signal, a memo comes with two guarantees. The memo will only run once per change, no matter how many times you access its value. The memo will notify its dependents if the value of the computation changes. In most cases, you should create a derived signal. Okay, so I should probably just start with a derived signal. But sometimes updated at the same time. When you make a call to update A, make a separate call to update B. Yeah, no, I want B is a function of A. Yeah, like this one, this makes sense to me. I'm just wrapping it with something else. So I think I just want, oh, what if I make it a move? Will that make it a memo? Or a signal, I guess is what I need to make this. Yeah, so like actually that's what I should do, is just do. How can I make this a signal? Into signal. Rust Leptos closure to signal. A wrapper of any kind of readable reactive signal or a derived signal closure. Wait, So why did this not work for me? Do I have signal and scope? Yeah, of course I have signal and scope. Expected struct. This isn't a struct though. Signal derived. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. That's a signal now. Which means I can pass it as a signal, and this thing gets it as a signal. Ho. Okay, so everything's just closures. Closures on closures on closures, because we're pretending we're JavaScript. I forgot. That makes sense. These all kind of came from JavaScripty places, so it makes sense that we are very closure-y, very closure scoping things. That makes sense a lot for where this comes from. Okay. But now what am I actually rendering when I render a... It's just this. Okay, yeah, let's grab one of the correct views. Let's grab this. I'll put it right next to it for the moment. Perfect. So this is the first letter, so I want this to be like site. What is site here? Is it a signal? Is it gonna tell me? No, it's probably not, but it's a sidebar site. Okay. Site.name.cares .first .unwrap or like what do I do? Just a star? Can I just do a star character? Yeah, because we actually have an iterator, not a vec. As ref. That's not what I was really looking for, but I would get better diagnostics if I moved this out, it says. Yeah. Let first character, yeah, that. First character. It's, yeah, because I get a signal. I'm unsure, but I guess I'm fetching them all at once. They're going to change all at once, and that's fine. It's React query style. Yeah. That makes sense. We're good. We're not really going to update one at a time, and I think that's perfect. So this is just name. Site.name. I don't, yeah, just reference it. Use, which does not implement copy. Oh, so do I want like an as string here to make sure that it doesn't? No, it thinks it's already used. Oh, right there. Ha. Oh, wait, why don't I just do this? Oh, requires that it's borrowed for static. So I really want like I really do want a clone here. Wow, that's interesting. Wait, what? Name for view. Like, we really need that, and then this can be name for view. I'm just gonna delete this one because we don't need this li. This is site.href.clone. Wow, that's pretty interesting. If it can't even take a slice here and like make the thing itself, it needs an owned value. That actually might be enough to work for these. Are these dynamic or static? How would I know? Oh, I have a server function returning nothing. They're pretty static right now, I bet. But I don't have any errors and everything's working right, so I think we're probably good to write our server function. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. I think I probably already am doing this. Because this is styles like second life, basically. Because I have a template. Is that where I have sidebar stuff before? Yes. Okay, so where's the actual fetching? There we go. Into template. I think, yeah, this is probably what I want. Yeah, this is. Cool. This is how I'm gonna get them from. I can't find value session in the scope. Yep. Can't find app state in this scope. Yep. Because what now we got to get to this part of the day when I figure out how to get my Axum state stuff. Oh wait, no. I think I saw some Axum state stuff already being done. Let's see if that's true. Where's my app? Here's my app. Yeah, global client state. But that's like not what I want for my server function. So, Leptos server function. Yep. Okay, but I want to do I want to look at extractors, and I'm using Axum. Perfect. You should use extract with state. So that's what I'm gonna want to do. A helper to make it easier to use Axum extractors and server functions. This function is compatible with extractors that require access to state. This is generic over some type T that implements from request parts and can therefore be used in an extractor. The compiler can often infer this type. An error that occurs during extraction is converted to a server function error. Okay, perfect. My query is some type that implements deserialize and serialize. Oh, interesting. So this is making it you can just use the extract as a server function on its own. That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, real interesting. I think I want to just use it directly though. And I want to extract with state because that's like the whole point here, and that's not even an example of extract with state, really. There we go. This is what I'm gonna want to do because I want to provide server function handler. Yeah, Leptos routes handler. Because when we make Leptos routes with handler, yep. Oh wait, no, they made this relatively manually. Interesting. Wonder, because I'm not doing it like that, right? I just have Leptos routes. It goes to routes, and this is the app. Leptos options, yeah, interesting. Okay. Okay. So I could do this for sure. And then I would just provide my own Leptos routes handler. Oh, because I want these in both places, both in my server function handler and my routes handler. I might want that. So how did they put both in actually? Where's Oh, Leptos routes with handler. Yeah, I'm using the non-handler version there. That makes sense. Okay. Maybe that's what I want. Maybe I want this. Leptos routes with handler. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I guess I want these functions as well. Okay, so I put them right in here just so they're scoped to the SSR feature flag. Okay, so do I have, am I setting state with Axum still? No, I'm still setting just Leptos options. Okay. But I must actually have a state, an app state. Yeah, I make an app state here for sure. Okay. And this just calls run Axum with my app state. So is this in run Axum that has my app state? Of course it is. Perfect. Okay. So I think I just want to add to my app state the Leptos options. Leptos options is Leptos options. This is from env, which is perfect because that's really what this is. Meh. It's close enough. Yeah. Let's grab that. Do that here. Oh, so I actually put it in both app state and in there? That's an interesting decision. I don't know. Let's not second guess everything that I did last time at the moment. Import it as Leptos options. Qualify that as Leptos. Give this Leptos options. Into diagnostic. Okay, so we have a from env that's in app state now. Impl from ref. Yeah, from ref of an app state for Leptos options. Boop from Axum. And then here with state, I can just give it app state. I don't think I need that. That is app state.leptos options. Oh, well, that's easy to fix. Cool. Awesome. Okay. App state. Yep. Okay, so then handle server function with context. I think I just want to give it app state. Expected one argument, found two. Wait, what? Oh, cool. Provide context doesn't take in the context anymore. The new parameter isn't necessary, but here it's good practice. It avoids confusion with other possible future right signal bool contexts. Yeah, no, I'm fine with this. This is perfect. I don't need one for this. Auth session. I have session, right? Like current user sites. Yeah, like this. So I have DB session that I can extract. Main. Session. Ah, there we go. That's what I want that to look like. Provide context of session and yeah. Okay. That looks like those compile. Love it. Okay, so now my server function handler and my routes handler should be providing the contexts of a database session. Wait, an option of a database session. And an option of a database session, right? We don't always know if we have a database session. That's important. Okay, so everything's really mad at me. Why is everything really mad at me? Can't find value app state in this scope. Oh yeah, well that one is definitely mad. Okay, but then how do I, okay, let's just look for the extraction thing, right? So like now how do I use one of these? Yep, okay. Main to-dos. Use context and pull it out. Yeah, okay. So I could do something like this. Where we probably don't even do that anymore. This is a DB session. Yep. Whoa, I don't know where I got the debug from. Yeah, there we go. A DB session. Yeah, I think that is what I want. I don't think that has a thing. This is a DB session. Yep, we pulled the context out. Awesome. Auth? Let's just call this session. It matches what I want to do better. Let session equals session. I bet that isn't gonna work right. Now I would session. Yeah, well, it's just covering it up. Extract session. Yeah, it's called extract session now. Okay, so now I have a session. Perfect. Oh, that's fair. It actually wants to extract an option of a session. Because I don't know if you're logged in. Like the homepage doesn't know if you're logged in or not yet. Relation sites does not exist. Oh, so if the only problem we're getting is that the relation doesn't exist, we are on the right track. Let's just call it extract state. Let state equals extract state. Import app state from the crate. Yep. Error return sites does not exist. This is probably just called state. And it does have a database method. We just got to pull it into scope. Oh, this as underscore. I need it in scope, but I don't need to be able to name it, and I actually explicitly don't want to name it. Error return of database relation sites does not exist. Okay, we'll deal with that. Yeah, we'll deal with it right now. Cargo, SQLX, DB reset. I don't think that's right. Oh, yeah. That was exactly right. Love it. Does relation sites exist now? No, it doesn't think so, but I think it does. Cool, so if SQLX was actually working right, it would tell me what freaking columns we have there, but it's not gonna work right. It has a site ID, a name, domain, description, things like that. So I think I really just need site ID and name for the moment, right? That's all I'm really grabbing in my sidebar. Site ID and name. I don't even need the domain. Fine, we'll take the domain. Limit 5? Sure, limit 5. Love it. So then that's sites. So then let sites into iter map collect. Yeah, that's what I want. Sidebar site, the ID's that, the name's that, the href is, my site's that. Yeah, I think that's actually exactly what I want, right? My slash sites. Is that actually, let's just look at the live site. Live site in not mobile. Where do you link? My site's ID. Perfect. My site's ID. Love it. Okay, and then I can return sites now finally. We actually have a server component. Or I don't know. We should be actually using server data now if everything worked. No app state in the root. Okay. Import app state. Yeah, create app state. I'm pretty sure I see it. Oh, that's not in the root though. It's in app state. App state. Oh, that might need to just live in my server function. So that might not be able to be compiled on the front end. Not method not found for this. Where's that? I can't call this into diagnostic right here? Is that what you're saying? I'll just unwrap it if I have to. Build in. Okay, build failed. What's going on here? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's easy though. That's just a qualify it as Axum routing get. This too. Qualify Axum routing. Oh, to do app. Whoa, can't find to do app in this scope. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't know if I even need this. I guess I wanted to provide the contexts, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think I need this. I don't even know if that's supported anymore, to be honest. Oh man, I lost that for a second. Okay. Oh, that's fair. I don't want to just have that though, but I do want some better tracing than nothing. It'd be better if Rust Analyzer was having a better time. Import it, Axum response. Can't find type Axum body. It's probably because they import it with a different name. Yep, body. Axum body. What? Doesn't even know what request is though. Is it just the HTTP request? Yeah. Looks like it. Okay, getting closer. State. Oh my gosh, I need all of everything needs to be imported apparently. Okay, getting closer. Consider importing that. Yep, I will do that. Probably actually going to qualify it. Expected 2 arguments, found 5. Wow. Additional context, which is a function, and then request. Nice. Can't find trait into response. Okay. Sure. This is not a handler function. Of course it's not. Why not? State of app state, option of database session, type error, type error, type error. Fun. App state, DB session. Oh yeah, I don't need those though. Also, why is it not formatting? Like, what's going on with all my tooling right now? Not having a good tooling day. Debug handler. Give me better information of why you're not a handler. Oh, yeah, accent body isn't a thing. I want this. Yeah, have a new Leptos options. Have a new one. A closure expected to take 0 requirements, but it takes 1. Oh, okay, cool. Render app with context doesn't get that, and I bet this doesn't get that either. I bet that doesn't get that either. I like removing those contexts though. That's a nice quality of life improvement. Use of undeclared crate. Wait a sec. I don't have CJ as a declared crate. Yeah, well, not when I do it like that. I don't. In my server function. Oh, I can't put it in the type signature because it's not going to happen on the client. That's an interesting one. I hadn't thought about that. Oh, wasn't compiled. Oh, okay. That might be success. Or at least more success. Okay, so is there any extra networks? I actually don't think there should be, because it should just be server-side rendering it right in the thing anyways. Failed to fetch session. No rows returned by a query that expected to return at least 1 row. Shucks. But that actually makes sense, because I'm not logged in. So yeah. So when I extract the database session, it's gonna fail. And I think we see that, right? Because I get something in my terminal that says session failed to fetch session. Failed to parse session, failed to fetch session. So it's this. Oh yeah, where I actually do have a session, but I don't know about it because I need to clear my cookies because I reset my database. That would also make sense. No error. Well, let's quit this and start it again, just so I can better see if there are errors here. Okay, that's not working yet. It should in a second. There we go. Okay, no errors there. This seems to have loaded. It does say you're logged in, but I feel like that might just be lying to me, to be honest. And it didn't do anything there, but I only see these rendered, so it didn't like. It doesn't seem like it actually worked all the way through. It didn't actually like render the new items. Yeah, sidebar site list. Yep. Yeah. There's just nothing inside here. But there should be. Oh wait, no. I don't have any sites because it's brand new. Let's add some sites. We're just gonna do it by connecting to the database. Local status, that one. Users, what's my, wait. Oh, I don't even have a user ID yet. Okay. Does this all just work, right? So can I just go to login? Apparently not. Not all of my old routes work. Do some of the old routes work? No, none of the routes work. Because I am no longer calling my routes function. Could I though? Could I just do routes? And then the rest of this stuff? Oh, so like I have a routes function. Yeah. So use status routes as app routes. So then down here I can call app routes, maybe called Axum routes. I don't know. Renaming aliases is currently unsupported. Oh man, that should get fixed. I love aliasing. I alias everything all the time. Timed out waiting for port. Overlapping method route handler for this already exists. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's go to my routes that I will probably eventually get rid of, but not right now. Let's get rid of just the index route. Keep everything else. That might have actually be all I needed for it to fix itself. So login still having problems, so that's okay. Can I hit here? Yeah, now I can get to this route. Yeah. And like, can I hit login? Yeah. 100%. It just does the whole dance and worked. It just does the whole dance and works. Like that's like successfully calling out to the thing and getting a session ID. Do I have a user now? Yep, that's awesome. I've got a user. I'm not sponsoring myself. Imagine that. Okay, cool. But now we can add some sites. Add a row. Whatever. Test domain example.com. How about org? No description. No, not a default. Oh no. Oh no. What did I do? How do I get back to where I want to be? Ah, I bet I click on this thing. Oh, I see. How do I just get rid of all of this? Apply. There we go. Just grab this value. Close this. Set it to that. Save it. Okay. Go to the web app. Refresh. Dang it. I was really hoping that was going to put a row right here with this new site that I just made. Would have been really cool if that just worked. Because there now is a site in the database with that user ID. Only one? Yep. Okay, and sessions? How about a session? That session goes to that user. That user is the one with that site. Yeah. That all matches up. It's not just like a silly... It's not cached somewhere silly. Right? Okay. If we go down here, there's still this empty UL hanging out. Yep, sidebar site, empty, nothing inside you. Okay. But that's weird though, because it, like I did all the things so that I didn't think that should happen. And I think we should be getting some session back here. But I guess I don't know, right? Especially because it's not actually, because of how I have this set up, it's not actually making a server request. It's doing server-side rendering. which is great. That's what I wanted. But that also means that this just isn't a network request. I could turn off server-side rendering for a moment. Yeah, let's try that. Run Axum, which really is run Leptos Axum. So yeah, I guess I just want to look at my app. App. Routing. The server-side rendering. Can I just turn you off? I bet so, right? What's the options here? Out of order. Wait, how do I just turn it off? I wonder. Indicates which rendering mode should be used for this route during server-side rendering. Loads all resources synchronous. Serve an HTML shell. Load data on the client. Oh, so synchronous is the one I want if I want to try this out. Well, I don't know how to spell it. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so how do you actually set that? I don't know how I would do that, though. That's not very helpful. Do I just, like, set it to false or something? Oh. Yeah, no. It needs an SSR mode. Leptos turn off SSR. SSR. I guess I just don't need to turn it off. I can turn it into any of these things. So I can turn it into the default. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just get rid of the thing. Use the default. Because the default should still fetch over the thing if it hits suspense. Dang it, I don't have it in a suspense. Wait, is that my problem? Should I have it in a suspense? No, suspense just would be if I wanted a fallback while it was loading. I'm pretty fine with it not having a fallback while it's loading. That's not the problem I'm trying to solve right now. Oh, that's that thing. Yeah. There's the ULs I'm looking for. Oh, so it's inside this one, which I don't really want it to be, but that's not really my problem at all. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so like sidebar layout is this whole thing. It has this sidebar. Sites is supposed to be a signal based off this thing, so it should like work, right? Yeah, like that definitely should work right. But this is the thing, if we get any error, we just turn it into a vec. Can I like use a print line here? And then still do a vec. Looks like I can. Is that what's happening? Do I get that anywhere? Server side, ooh, have the same hydration key but different kinds of nodes. Div and a span. Oh, that's a fun one. Where's that happening? It's not, it doesn't know. Logs in both places. Yeah, I get that, but I'm not doing something different on purpose. Let's just restart this. Nope, it's still mad at me. Is it when I added this print line that it got really mad at me? No. No, it's actually been mad at me for a little while. Okay. So that still has the error? Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm putting this in a really weird spot. Let's look at that, because this is the wrong spot to like be putting something. And I wonder if that's part of my problem. What if I instead put it where it really should be? There we go. Actually, so let's actually just undo this a few times though, because I want to put that back. And then let's go find this again and move it to there. Uh-oh. Dang it. Oh, okay. Nope, 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 nope. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're back to not having that error. But it didn't like it's still we still have the problem, right? This UL. Oh wait, now it just isn't there. Oh, it's still working? Oh, is that just because of the live reload stuff? No, what's still loading? Oh yeah, it is live reload that's still loading, I think. But now it's just gone. Right? Like that's weird too. What happened to this? 4 sites. You get a site singular and then you just do some stuff with it. Oh yeah, let's add that print line again that I took out because it was mad at me. I didn't print out anything there. And now I'm getting these again here where it's mad at me about I have the same hydration key but different kinds. And that just doesn't make like it does not make sense, right? But like how is that happening? All right, let's clear these. Don't preserve log, refresh. There we go. Okay. And the fact that it's happening on page load means that like it's server side renders. Okay. You are reading a resource in hydrate mode outside a suspensory transition. This can oh, okay. I want to put I need to put it in a suspense. That's basically what's going on. Okay. I can do that. Sites here is a signal, so I haven't used it yet. Yep. Transition. We just put it inside. Is that it? I think so, because I don't know if I need to define a fallback manually. Hey! It rendered a thingy this time. Oh, yay. It worked. Okay, that was the issue. Needed to put it in a transition. That also would mean that, like, if we're actually doing async rendering, which I don't know if we are, it would make a request for it and have a fallback. But I don't think we're making a request, because I don't see one. Which is, like, perfect and fine, but also a little strange, because I kind of thought I just tried to turn off. Oops, do not discard the changes. Yeah, oh, well, that's definitely not right. Actually, no, we're gonna just use this one. Like, we can say the status needs JavaScript to work. I think my blog, I'm gonna try harder to say that you don't need JavaScript for it, but we're gonna say that it's okay, that this just uses JavaScript for all of its stuff. Okay, that JavaScript works. We're not getting console errors. We see this here. Now we just have to figure out why it's like a few pixels off, but that should be easy enough. What's giving it some nice margin? Is it because it's an A? But these were A's too. Oh, they had some nice margin. Ah, this has some stuff on it. Cool. Okay, let's go to the sidebar though. I can fix that. Sidebar layout. I guess I don't need these. Oh yeah, okay. I just need to add this to the UL that's inside here. Wait, there isn't a UL inside here. Yes, there is. There we go. And if live reload wants to, woohoo! Awesome, I can just hang out on the page for long enough and it'll live reload. Love it. Okay, and now let's try something. If I log out by deleting the cookie, because it's the only way I know how to log out right now, it just goes away. Perfect. Okay, so I've got this down now. Server functions are not special from request endpoints. If I do authy things inside my server function, it'll work great. Woohoo! Problem solved. Love it. Let's get rid of that print line. Don't need it there no more. Okay, nice. I like this. I like it a lot. Let's log in again. Make sure we get that back. And while we're doing that, let's go remove some of the other cruft from here. We can remove that whole UL now because I replaced it with this one. Feels like that might have been not quite where I wanted to go. Yep, it was definitely too far. Your sites. This is the UL I wanted to delete. Boop. There we go. And I might actually want to do this and put it so that the my sites thing doesn't show up unless we've loaded everything that we need to for it. Come on, there we go. Perfect. You just don't get that whole item at all if you're not signed in. So I'm signed in right now. Cool, we get it there. Nice and easy. Delete it. That's not what I was expecting, to be honest with you. Oh, it's because it's not this isn't what I wrote. While it's loading, we don't get it at all. But that's not a state I actually have. It loads on the server. Does it load on the server? It must, right? Because it's not loading elsewhere. Yeah, but this like should be async. It is kind of interesting that I'm pretty sure this is just doing this on the server. I'm logged in. Perfect. Yeah, there's my suspense. Oh, I actually don't even want transition, really. I want wait. No, wait. If any resource are read in the children of this component, it'll show the fallback while they're loading. Once all are resolved, it'll render the children. Unlike suspense, this will not fall back to the fallback state if there are further changes after the initial load. Yeah. Yep, I want transition. The difference between transition and suspense is that if we go back to the loading state, we won't show the suspense again. So do signals know if they're ready? Signals must have some sense of knowing if they're ready for all of this to work right. I just don't know enough about them quite yet to know that. Iterates over the children's system keyed by the key function. This is more efficient than naively iterating over nodes as it avoids recreating DOM nodes that are not being changed. Yeah, love it. Okay, cool. So let's see. Let's commit. Let's definitely make a commit. Get the sidebar to work dynamically. Get the sidebar to work dynamically. Yeah. Server function shell working nicely with auth. Yeah, that was the big hurdle today, was getting the auth working for that server function. Push it to our tryout Leptos branch. We're not ready to go to main with these things quite yet, but we're getting closer. These URLs don't all work, especially when we're not logged in. Oh, yeah, nothing works when the app isn't running. Cargo Leptos watch. Let's start it up for a bit. Hit the home page. There we go. Now let's log in. It's gonna do its redirect to dance. Should come back with logged in a moment. It does. Love it. And we can see our test site. And we can't click on it yet. We got a 404 when we click on it, but that's okay. We will get there very shortly. And actually, interestingly, let's clear all of this. Click on this. It's not actually making. So is this the URL logged in? Is it a normal A tag? It has an href of that. So I'm gonna guess. Oh, I'm gonna guess that's not even a link at all. How about we try to go to sites? Yeah, these aren't making any network requests to 404. There's like, yeah, don't know about that. Okay, so any route that I want the user to be able to click on and hit needs to be managed by Leptos. That'll be interesting. That'll make the login one a little interesting, because right now it's fully server driven. And like that works if I type it in up here, right? And that says it's going to my site. So like it just then just must intercept it. Yeah, because it says it's just a link, right? Okay, so I must be intersecting the JavaScript there and then like breaking what would be a normal link. That's a little annoying. Okay. So what do I want to do now? I guess I just need to figure out the next page. Did I ever commit? Did I commit and push? Yeah, I committed and pushed. We're good there. The next step here would be figuring out what like the next page I want to work on or something is probably, or let's finish up the sidebar. This you are logged in thing in the sidebar is just wrong. Let's fix it. So I guess I want something for like the current user, right? Like I want a, what is DB session? No, there is a DB session. I know there's a DB session because like it's this type. It's right here. It's a DB session. Session ID, user ID, created at, updated at. That can go in a server function, right? I don't think I care if the front end knows about server ID and user IDs. No, that's great. Love it. So like we want a struct called current user that just wraps a DB session probably. I like that. It can do all the things. Ooh, okay. Let's recreate the current user. I don't think I can bring all of CJA into scope in WASM. So I think I need to do something different. Current user here can have a user ID and a session ID, but that's it. I just can't contain the other type. That's all. But like that's okay. And then I want a server function, a public async function called get current user. And then get current user takes in no args and it returns a result, because everything here returns a result of an option of a current user, and server function error. Perfect. This then just grabs the auth thing, extract session. And then we just do match on the session. I was just reading Copilot's suggestion there. I didn't really like it. If you have a session, return some current user. If there is no session, return okay of none. And we're good to go. No errors here. The only error is if we have trouble extracting the session, which makes sense. That's our only error condition there. Just don't need that at all. Extract session is one I literally wrote in here, so I need to put that somewhere different. I guess I just want like a different spot for these, right? Like these just need a place for them to go. So just like extractors. But it is, oh, well, in lib, yep, that's where it would want to go. So if we have server-side rendering, then there's public mod extractors. I don't know. So then in app here, or not in app, it's in this app, sidebar, these can go in extractors. It's a lot of things we're gonna need to import. Just take anything from Leptos. And perfect. Okay. Extractors now know what they're doing there. Sidebar here. The idea is that these can just get deleted now, and that they can come from here. The only thing about that is that needs to go here, and we can just take both the extractors in one go. Then the idea then is this whole thing can go in the next place that I needed extractors, which is here. So now we got the session, and we have a get current user method. Love it. Public async function use current user is a Leptos query on current user that returns a query result. But one generic. So what is a query result of? And a refetch function. That's fun. Something that implements refetch function. It's like, I don't know, just a thing. Found struct a result of an option. Yeah, that's fair. Query result. Oh, result ends there. That's the end of the query result. Mismatched type. Yeah, it's something. I don't know what it is. Where it implements refetch function. This isn't gonna work because I'm not constraining it to anything. Yeah, like, yeah. Must be constrained to match other types, but I can't do that. Wait, but like that's exactly what happens in some of these. That's like exactly what we do in some of these. Like we literally take use query and we return it. That's like that's in the docs at a minimum. And now we don't do it at all here because that. I wonder if they don't do it anymore? I would have sworn that it was explicitly. Oh, I can just have it be an impl here because it's in the freaking return position. I don't need to care. I can just say that it implements the refetch function. That's it. That's so much better. And then use current user. So then my sidebar layout can just go let current. Well, I guess I really do want query result of data as current user as that. I guess that's maybe not an async function. Yeah, it's definitely not. That's the whole point. This is the bridging of the sync to the async. Current user, yeah. Because there's this whole you're logged in business down here. Which is like wrong. Yeah. You are logged in. This thing. So I guess I do need to put it in a transition. And then because then I want to use the current user thing. So what I would really want to do is something like if something like that. There's no HTML macro, but there is a view macro. Whoa, Copilot. That actually wasn't Copilot's fault at all. That was me hitting keyboard shortcuts that definitely were deleting everything. I don't love that ligature, so I add the space, get rid of it. Oh, and then it's gonna bring it back for me. Thank you. Okay, so current user here though, the sum just only does one thing. Like, but I also want a results of a sum of a current user. Like we're like 4 levels deep here. And I forgot that these are parens when we're decomposing. Oh yeah. What type of result? The OK type. So if we got a current user, lifetime closure implements function, so references that capture. Oh, make it a move closure. Love it. I love that it keeps adding that for me. It's great. Okay. Failed to compile. Cool. Where's the failure to compile? Can't leak private type. Okay, that's easy. Building, compiled WASM. Compiled app. Oh, come on. Well, that's fair. That's not where I'm trying to go. Okay. Logged in as. Yeah, nice. Yeah, we'll leave that there for the moment. Does it need to be? Absolutely not, but it's fine. Not logged in. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Okay, log in. That's from a different site. There we go. Back to being logged in. Love it. Okay. Nice. Sidebar is looking good. None of the links work right, but like it works. I guess the other thing that I could probably do pretty soon is make the mobile one work. Yeah, let's just get the mobile one working and then we'll probably wrap up and call it a day. So let's mess with this one, right? So we have this, and then we just have to make the mobile one. Let's actually make a commit first. Get current user stuff in the sidebar right too. Yeah, because now we can fetch things. Now we can make API endpoints. It's great. Okay, we don't need to push yet though. That's fine. Let's go look at our sidebar. Okay, so let's see. There's this whole part of it that's for mobile. Let's see if we can find that. There's got to be like a large hidden. There we go. This whole thing. So from this down is the mobile version. So what if I just pull out a mobile sidebar? Is this just in sidebar layout? This is in sidebar layout. Perfect. That's fine. Yeah, it goes all the way to there. Let's make a component for the sidebar layout. For the mobile layout. Public function, mobile sidebar. Impulse into view. Oh, and that's just the view macro. Okay. It really shouldn't be any different. It's gonna be, but it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, no, those things that it's mad about are just completely different. We don't have it set to watch, so let's do that. Oh, I don't want to be on my sites. That might be one of the reasons it's not being reached. There we go. Okay. This should be our new mobile layout. Our new mobile sidebar thingy. And I guess we should be able to go in here, look at this, and then see like the comments. Yeah, mobile sidebar. Perfect. And then all the stuff from inside our sidebar. Okay, so now this should look a little better though also in the actual sidebar that we do have, because there's just less going on here, and I hope it makes a little more sense. Yeah, it definitely does. Let's move these to a component. None of these. I want like to extract it. Those would have been really cool if there was just an extract button there. Component, public function, sidebar link. It actually is gonna have some of those for sure. He's definitely gonna have some props in a second, but I don't know what they're gonna be yet. So there's a just a title, I guess. Title, which is a string. Can it be a reference to a string? No, I don't think so. I think it just wants to be a string. And an href, which is let's try it out. Reference to a string. I don't think it works nicely. Oh. Oh yeah, I have to do like I would have to do a lifetime specifier. It's weird that it won't let me do a elision there, so I'm gonna go with just make it a string. Href. This is just the title. Cool. Block applies the same. Yeah, it does. Cool. So that means this is it. Did I do the li too? Yep. Sidebar link. Sidebar link. That's not what it says. Oh, you can just call toOwned like that. Love it. And the next one is sites and goes to my sites. And we can get rid of these and clean that up. Oh, it's looking so much better now by just extracting some components out of here. It was kind of a little not great looking, to be honest. So then this is like the profile sidebar footer. We're already in sidebar, so I think I can just call it like the profile footer. Public function, profile footer. I don't think it needs any props. And take the whole transition. It's the whole thing. And this is the only place that uses current user info there. Perfect. Love it. This then wants a profile footer. Turn on. Yeah, there we go. Nice scrolling back. Okay. Building, built. Big enough to not need that. This still looks good. Let's just get out of here. Oh, no, it's not there at the moment. Didn't I just put it in, though? So it should be there. Oh, no, I am logged in because I have test here. So I'm logged in. I'm as logged in as you can get. Uh-oh, I broke it. I broke it. What'd I do? Yeah, there's just supposed to be one more list item there that I just somehow fully got rid of. Do I need to render this as a signal? Like, it feels weird that I would need to do this. Oh, that did work though. Interesting. Wait a second. So like I have to do that over just rendering it as a component? Oh, now I can't reproduce it where it's broken at all. Well, that's interesting. Now it's just always working. Okay, well that makes more sense. So we're gonna keep it in the way that makes sense, I guess. Okay, let's get this mobile one in place. Oh, sidebar link right now has an icon that I want to change too. Oh, that's easy though, actually, because now I have the component. No, but I don't have like a list of all the font awesome icons, do I? That's okay. Icon class. Just make it a string. I think I could make a new class. I think I can just do that and it'll just add it. Is that true? Let's find out. Wow. That's super mad at you when you do that. Icon class equals FA house is the one that I know works. We were just doing it. No, just toOwned, not to ASCII lowercase. Yeah, it seems to do what I wanted it to with the house icon. Cool. Let's change one of these. Font awesome. Let's find a new awesome icon. Icons. T-Rex. That's a great icon. T-Rex. Think it might have got the too early of a version there. There we go. T-Rex. Love it. Look at that. Awesome. So the live reload was a little wonky there, but that's okay. I also maybe could let it live reload. I forget about that sometimes. Cool. Icon classes work perfectly now. So let's figure out this mobile thing. Okay, so in mobile sidebar, like I probably at some point am just gonna want like these sidebar links, right? Like, yes, we have some functionality, but then we just have this. Yeah, this is literally the same thing. So like we have a component for public function sidebar links, just a plural of them. It renders an impl into view, which looks like this, and it's just this. Nothing very exciting. Sidebar links goes right here. Perfect. Cool, because now in mobile sidebar, there is a thing where it has all of these, like dashboard, and then team, and then projects, documents, reports. This whole thing is just a sidebar links. And then there's these, which is sidebar site list. Yeah, that wraps it in all of that. Okay, we'll just take the whole transition for now. Might eventually try to clean that up later, but at the moment we'll just take the whole thing. Might need to play with my LIs. I might have those mixed up here. Nope. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of that and that. Do that. Yeah. Oh, I need sites. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think that's the best way to get all the sites, but it'll work. Sidebar site list. Yeah, what if it just gets it in here? I think that might just be easier. They're just really mad because now yeah, okay. Boop. Boop. And then this is probably not going to need sites here anymore. And the power of React Query means that is cached and good to go. No problems there. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so no matter where I render this, we're going to get the sites for it. Perfect. So make it smaller, make it smaller. Oh, look at that. It became what it needs to, except that I'm just realizing that the list is empty now. Shouldn't be empty now. All I did was move the thing into here. Ah, build failed. Where did the build fail? Oh, yeah, because that doesn't exist. Yeah, didn't I, like, I think I took this even into where I needed it. If I didn't, then, like, it's not gonna work, but I think I did. Yeah, sidebar sites list. Yeah, then it has the derived signal. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Oh, whoa. Panicked at... Tried to run untracked function in a runtime that has been disposed. Yeah, that's a fun one. Oops. Let's just reboot everything. Oh man, okay. I did bad things. Tried to run untracked function in a runtime that has been disposed. I feel like I'm not trying to do anything that scary here. Like we get my sites, put it in the query. Sidebar layout doesn't even have anything that it does at the beginning anymore, which is great, right? I don't think that's bad. And it builds cleanly? Yeah, builds great. So what's up? Leptos reactive signal. Runtime to be alive. Runtime disposed. Runtime ID 1v1. But I don't really know how I could have done that. The most recent thing is I just pulled something out so that sidebar site list could just do its query internally. Any composition that accesses one or more reactive signals. Yep. Clones and returns the current value of the signal and subscribes to the running effect to this signal. Yeah. Like, I did move things around, but like that should be fine. Sidebar layout. It should be fine that sidebar site list is just the thing that pulls sites. Yeah, it's weird that there's an issue here. Conceptually, there doesn't seem to be anything that I'm doing weird. I'll probably find it eventually, right? And we even pulled this get my sites, this thing that I didn't actually know was going to be an API call, but it was here. Oh. I'm not getting an error. Oh, I'm getting the error here. I forgot. Runtime to be alive. Runtime disposed. I wonder if it has something to do with the main function I wrote here. Render app to stream with context. Like, what if I... Because I really only want that server function handler, to be honest. Like, that's the part I care about. The other part, like, meh. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, because the only time I want to be able to extract those is in server stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense, if that makes it any different, but I'm still getting this error. And it happens whenever I load the page. That makes sense. Didn't do anything when I changed out that. That's interesting. Runtime to be alive. Yeah, it's got nothing. It's like, I don't know. That's a weird ass error message. One v1. I saw 1v1 somewhere. Thought I did. One. Nah. Okay. Might have lost my camera there. One sec, team. Sorry about that. Maybe about to come back. Nope, we didn't like that. Oh, yep, there it is. It's back. Cool. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Hopefully you can still hear me and everything in the meantime. But I think I might be wrapping up. I would love to figure out what I did to break this. I guess I should just do some undos and see if I can get it back to a place that was working better. Yeah, let's not do... Oh shit, maybe I should just keep going back. Okay, I think that might be enough though. Unextracting that component. Two errors. Oh, okay, so that doesn't know how to pull sites yet. That's reasonable enough. I really could just pass it to that there. Like, I think I might as well just do this, right? Just pass it to mobile too. So that then when this needs to pass it there, it has it. So then I just need to make it so that when we call mobile, it has sites equal sites. Let's try that. Okay. Okay. Nothing's mad. We have tests. We love it. We go to mobile. We still have it. It's great. Okay. So I think what I need to do now is just get the, like, some click handlers working on the mobile one, which is kind of going to be fun because it's the first time I've ever done client-side things with Leptos here. So let's see if we can at least get the toggle for this working. So I guess I actually want... Yeah, well, there's the close sidebar button. So in mobile sidebar, we have the close sidebar button, this thing. Yep. We can even just hide it always, right? Tried to just hide this whole thing. Oh, there we go. Yep. So I hid the whole thing. And there now should be a... Oh, is that just not in the mobile part? Yeah, see, I'm exploring this that I took from the Tailwind people. No, this doesn't look... Oh, large hidden. Oh, it's this thing. Open sidebar. Yeah, it's this thing. This thing. Can I put this with my mobile sidebar? Does it have to be at the end down here? I bet not. I bet I can put it at the end of my mobile sidebar. I bet that's fine. Yeah, and that seems to be fine. And then this is bigger and it switches to that. Yep, okay. Cool. But this thing, so I guess I need some state now. Leptos state. Not global state management, just like create signal. Okay, so in mobile sidebar, I want like let is open and set is open and it's false. And so this is class equals a class hidden if it's not is open. Can't apply unary operator to a read signal. Yeah. Oh, how do I? That's interesting. Leptos use signal in class adder. Dynamic attributes. How do I use how do I use a dynamic attribute of a derived signal? Okay, cool. Dynamic classes. Yeah. Oh, I can just make it a signal. Wait, no, but that's what oh. There we go. Is open does not live long enough to be borrowed. That's fair. Move things into it. There we go. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, so then this, though, has a button called close. So this has an on click. Wait, how do I do an on click? On click equals a move. There is something here. I'm just going to throw it away because it's probably the target stuff. Yeah, okay, so then here we do set is open dot set, and I don't actually want to toggle it. This is close, so this just, can I just set it to false? Yep. Okay, so then I just need to find the open one at the bottom and do the opposite. So open sidebar has an on click of move, do grab nothing, set is open dot set to true. Nice. Oh, it works. It works. It actually sidebars now. We can click on our open thingy, it opens it. We can click on our close thing and it closes it. Oh, I love it. Okay. Where's this though? This has got to be a thing, right? Oh, the insets on this. I'm trying to figure out. Is this what I want to maybe? Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. So if I then go to this thing up here, this also has an on click for close. On click equals moving. I don't care about the thing. A set is open dot set it to false. Close by clicking on the white space. Oh, man, I really thought that was gonna work. Oh, because this component's on top of it. Yeah, so you're not really clicking it. You're clicking this thing that's on top. And this here is... Maybe I can find it on this then. No, because then any click here would trigger it too. Yeah. That's a little interesting that I can only, like, you know what I mean? I would kind of expect to be able to click here and have it close. And I can't do that at the moment, but I can figure out how to make that better. It's weird that this only thinks it has this much height. I guess that's this, though. That makes sense. Okay. Get big enough, that just goes away. We don't have that at all. Awesome. Okay, so I am gonna have to do this profile stuff, right? Because that's not right at the moment. But I like how we got, oh wait, build failed. What are we build failing about here? Oh, I think I am using set correctly now. I think that's an old compile. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Okay, but let's clean up some of these errors. Well, actually, no, let's commit. Get sidebar to open and close when we ask it to. Love it. So now let's do cargo. Let's do cargo clippy dash dash fix. I think we can just have it fix things for us. Cool. Cargo leptos clippy. Is that a thing? No. Let's just do a cargo leptos build. And I think we're gonna wrap up. I just want to get rid of some of these things if I can. Oh, unused imports, jobs, and routes in main. I don't know. Routes I agree that I'm not using right now. Oh, because I have it aliased to something different. No, let's just get rid of it. It'll come back when we need it, and that's pretty fair. No net listener, that's fine. No context, that's fine. Main 19. Don't need that one. Sure. 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 Okay, that's better now though. Oops. Build should have a lot less errors. Still a few. Some warnings. Oh, I can do this though. Cargo fix lib p status. Apply 3 suggestions. Louder D. Yay. Better. We're not using it. Tell it we're not using it. Don't need that. Don't need that. Perfect. Then we should be a lot better. The only ones I think are going to be these not used ones. Template. Cool. That's fine. Don't need that. Home show dead code. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Cargo format though. Fix some lints and formats. Push it up. Okay. And yeah, I think that's about how we're gonna wrap up for today. Let's get the site up one more time just to look at it. And then I think we'll wrap up. So we've figured out how to do some better server functions in Leptos. So the sites and the who you're logged in as is powered by server state, such that if I were to log out by going to this here and getting rid of my session ID, refreshing, I am not logged in and I don't have any sites. But I can hit the login endpoint, give it a moment to do its redirect dance, and I land back here being logged in and having some sites. And these don't work yet. These all 404 except for the home page. You can do the click me here and that works. But the other pages don't. But the last thing we did fix here is once we make it to the mobile or tablet view, you can now click to open and close the little sidebar. So it's actually usable. Previously, the sidebar was always open and you couldn't get to anything below it. So it didn't really work very well. But now it works a lot better. You can get into the sidebar, open and close it, get back out of it. So I'm excited about that, having some actual front-end interactivity here is kind of why we moved to Leptos. So good to see some of that paying off. Even if it's for nice simple things at the moment, like opening a sidebar. And with that, I think we are going to wrap up for the day, team. Thanks for coming along and hanging out with me while I built some of status. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to follow along for the rest of the updates on status. And check out my blog at quarryja.com. I'm also on GitHub Sponsors if you're really liking my content and want to subscribe so I can keep doing this. I think I will release status as a like SaaS kind of product that people can use, and if you are subscribed to my GitHub Sponsors, you'll be able to use it for free or included in your subscription. So head over there and subscribe. If you do that before I officially decide on pricing tiers, you'll be grandfathered in no matter how you subscribe. So get over there now if you want to get in on the ground floor of that. And with that, I think I'm going to get out of here, team. Have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye.